Ever find yourself grappling with the fallout from someone else's actions, even when you feel like you've moved past it?
Yeah, that lingering weight. It can be tough.
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into the final act of Joseph's story in Genesis. It's packed with betrayal, forgiveness, and this big idea of legacy.
hmm A really pivotal moment.
And you're here because you want to get into the real substance, the understanding behind it all, not just the surface story.
Right, a deeper meaning.
So we're looking at a Bible study, a daily study actually, focused right on Genesis 50, verses 15 to 26.
Focused look, yeah, gets right to the heart of it.
And our goal, our mission really, is to unpack what it tells us about forgiveness, maybe God's bigger plan in all this, and, what it really means to leave a lasting mark.
Okay, so where do we start? After Jacob dies, things get tense again.
Yeah, this study points this out really clearly. His brothers, they're gripped by fear. Suddenly, dad's gone.
And all that kindness Joseph showed them for years, it kind of evaporates in their minds.
Exactly. That guilt over what they did, selling him off, just comes rushing back.
You're convinced, absolutely convinced, that Joseph's just been waiting to this moment, waiting to settle the score.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How hard it is to truly accept forgiveness when you know how badly you messed up.
Definitely. So what do? They send the message.
Right. This message, claiming Jacob on his deathbed, told Joseph to forgive them.
Hmm. And the study we looked at raises a really interesting question there. Like, did Jacob actually say that?
Yeah, it casts a little doubt. It suggests maybe the brothers still hadn't fully grasped Joseph's heart, his genuine forgiveness. They're still operating out of fear.
Which says a lot about their own internal state, doesn't it? They couldn't believe they were truly forgiven, so they felt they needed this backup plan from their father.
And Joseph's reaction when he gets this message, it's not anger.
No, he weeps. It's profound sadness.
Why sadness, do you think?
Well, the study implies it's because he's hurt. Hurt that after all this time, after everything he'd done to reassure them, provide for them.
They still doubted him. They still thought he held that grudge.
Exactly. They were trapped in fear of a revenge that Joseph had let go of years ago.
So they come to him, bow down, basically offer themselves as slaves.
Yeah, we are your servants. It's this desperate plea.
And Joseph's response is just incredible. Do not be afraid. Am I in the place of God?
Okay, let's pause there. Am I in the place of God? What is he really saying?
Well, it seems like he's recognizing his own limits, right? He's not the ultimate judge.
Precisely. He's acknowledging there's a higher authority, justice, vengeance, that belongs to God, not to him.
So he's actively choosing not to take revenge, even though, let's be honest, he probably could have.
He absolutely could have. He had the power.
Yeah.
But he yields that right. He puts his trust in God's handling of the situation, of the past wrongs. It's a huge statement of faith.
And what's crucial is he doesn't pretend the past didn't happen. He looks them in the eye, essentially, and says,
As for you, you meant evil against me.
he names it, acknowledges the betrayal, the hurt. No sugarcoating.
Yeah. But then the pivot. But God meant it for good.
To bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. Wow.
That's the core insight, isn't it? This dual perspective. Human evil intention, divine good purpose.
Yeah, the study really hammers this home with the phrase, God wastes nothing.
Think about that. God wastes nothing, even the absolute worst things, like being betrayed and sold by your own family.
God can somehow weave even that into a larger tapestry of good. In Joseph's case, saving countless lives from famine, including his own family.
It's a mind-bending perspective shift.
It really hits home, I think, because, for you listening, maybe you face betrayal, real injustice. It's so easy to get swallowed by that pain, that anger.
And just stay stuck there.
Right. But Joseph offers another way. It suggests that even in the darkest moments, there might be a purpose we can't yet see.
It's not about saying the bad thing was actually good. The evil was still evil.
No, absolutely not. It's about trusting that something good can still come out of it despite the evil intention, reframing it.
And Joseph doesn't just stop at words. His forgiveness isn't just theoretical.
What do you mean?
Well, the study highlights his actions. He tells them again, so do not fear, and then adds,
I will provide for you and your little ones.
yes. He reassures them and promises practical, ongoing support. He puts his money where his mouth is, basically.
That's forgiveness in action. It shows his heart has truly moved on from bitterness.
And it demonstrates that trusting God's plan isn't passive. It leads to tangible, positive actions toward others, even those who hurt you.
So how does all this connect to the idea of legacy? The article says trusting God does not just affect our past, it changes our legacy. How does that play out here?
Well, think about the rest of Joseph's life. He lives in Egypt for, what, another 93 years?
Yeah, a long time. He's powerful, wealthy, totally integrated into Egyptian society.
He could easily have just settled. Said, okay, this is my home now, this is my success story. Forget Canaan.
But he doesn't. The study emphasizes he never lost that connection, that sense of belonging to God's promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. His success in Egypt wasn't his ultimate identity or destination. His faith kept him anchored to something bigger.
And that shapes his final moments, his final instructions.
Absolutely. His final words are pure faith. He knows he's dying, but he says with certainty.
God will surely visit you and bring you up out of this land to the land that he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
He's looking beyond his own death, beyond the current reality, to a future promise he won't see fulfilled himself. That's powerful faith.
And then the instruction about his bones.
Ah, yes, the bones. Carry my bones up from here.
Why is that so significant? It's not just about burial preferences, is it?
Not at all. It's a profound symbol. It's him saying, my future, even in death, lies with God's promise and God's people, not here in Egypt.
He's tethering his legacy to that future exodus, that promised land.
Exactly. It's a tangible expression of his unwavering belief that God will act. It makes his faith concrete for generations to follow, like a physical anchor to the promise.
And incredibly, centuries later, as the study points out, during the Exodus,
Moses makes sure they fulfill it. They carry Joseph's bones out of Egypt.
that image is amazing. His faith, embodied in his remains, literally goes with them toward the promise.
It shows his legacy wasn't just about being a vizier in Egypt. It was about his enduring faith in God's long-term plan.
So this brings up some big questions for us, for you listening.
Yeah, what kind of legacy are you building right now?
Are you holding on to old hurts? Letting bitterness define your story, your impact?
Or are you, like Joseph, choosing to trust that there's a bigger picture, even when things are painful or confusing, releasing the need for revenge?
Are you focused only on, the here and now temporary success?
Or investing in something deeper, something rooted in faith, in purpose, that might outlast you?
It really boils down to a choice, it seems.
A fundamental one. Are you defined by what others intended for harm, or by God's potential to bring good from it?
Do you cling to resentment, which honestly just weighs you down?
Or do you embrace forgiveness, which is ultimately about setting yourself free?
Building a legacy on shifting sands or on solid rock?
Yeah. The core message from Joseph's ending is so clear. Forgiveness frees you. Trust empowers you to act positively. Faith creates an enduring legacy.
It's not about ignoring the pain, but about choosing a path forward grounded in trust and purpose.
Choosing hope over history, in a sense.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to really think about.
How will the choices you make today, the way you handle hardship, the faith you hold on to, or maybe let go of, how will that echo beyond your own life?
What's your personal promised land, that future hope, that sense of purpose, whatever it means for you? And how are your actions today building a bridge toward it? Maybe not just for you, but for those coming after.